Hi everyone, it's Shirley and LEZANNE from Placement Partner, and we have come.
How's it, everyone?
Hey LEZANNE. We have come together today to give you some really exciting news. Placement Partner is going to be running a 20% off discount on your SMS bundles that you can purchase via Placement Partner from the 1st of June to the 31st of June. So I know some of you might be wondering, oh, what's so cool about SMS, so old school? It's so not old school. It's one of the most widely used marketing strategies around, and a really killer extra thing that you've got against all the competition out there in this very competitive industry, for you to go and now get in front of your clients and your candidates that you want to attract really fast. So in order to get you excited and really see how this can really work for you, I wanted to get LEZANNE, our recruitment expert, in, our system expert, and she's going to show us around, buzz around and give us her inputs. We might also just put some other top tips in there on how to get your messaging right. And yeah, we're just going to have some fun. So I hope you learn a little bit from this.
Yeah, definitely a great tool, guys. So amongst all the other things that we can use it for, that it seems so simple, but it's actually quite useful tool. And I think one thing that we keep on forgetting, it's so convenient. It's in the system. It means that if I needed to communicate with anybody quickly, it's at my fingertips. Because we've got that shortcut to client, shortcut to candidate, by simply clicking on the cell phone number, it pops up with a little SMS block and you can quickly communicate, as opposed to going into your phone, then having to save the number of the candidate, and then SMS or WhatsApp or whatever you want to do to try and communicate. Oh, and by the way, using your own airtime or data for that. No, stop it. Yeah. You can actually use it with the Placement Partner. So I would say the most important thing for me when I used it back in my day was convenience. Being able to bulk communicate with a group of temps on site about payslips, timesheets, sorry, not payslips, timesheets that needs to come in at a specific date and time, because of all the public holidays, as you all know, if you do work in that space. We've just gone through those months, those months. But in any case, so without further ado, I think let me jump in and show you guys some additional ways of how to use this. And Shirley is going to finish and wrap us up with some good wording tricks, okay, and things we should be looking out for, some really awesome tips. I think I usually call Shirley our dictionary because she's really good with wording. So yeah, let's get started. I'm going to switch my video off.
So and head on as well is just as you find the screen, LEZANNE, is, a lot of people say, why wouldn't we just email? So email is obviously great, and it's available as well to email directly from your Placement Partner system, of course. But if you are wanting quick call to actions, then SMS is because email, we all know, we get an email, we read it, we take some time, we think about how we're going to respond, and then we respond when we have amongst all the other tasks and emails. So we prioritize our emails. Whereas an SMS is a completely different psychology. We're normally looking at our SMSs on our phone. We are in a free space in our mind, probably having some lunch or quickly checking, for quick responses. So yeah, the psychology is very different. And so if you want quick call to action, then SMS is the way to go.
Definitely. So the first, well, the only one I actually want to show, because it's very much similar to all the other areas in the system as well. The one that I particularly want to highlight for us today would be around clients. So like you're saying, Shirley, sending a marketing email. Hi, John, it's LEZANNE here again. Please note, I do recruit in your industry or your departments or people that, you obviously need. let me know if you've got some specs that I can work for you. Like, I don't know, I haven't been in recruitment for quite some time. I don't know if you do it that way, most probably not. But basically that email goes lost. So if you head on over to your client database, you then have some search filters. I will say, let's go select everybody in IT. Get to that group contact. Grab all of the contacts, add them as recipients. There we go. Okay, so now I've got them all there.
So
another thing that
sorry, I just want to say on that search, because I was just getting excited on the search. So you've obviously grabbed, you know, per industry. So I'm just seeing this happen and you know, excited for all the different fresh activity that recruiters can do, business activities where they can brainstorm on how to communicate with different industries at different times, advertise candidates to them, just different message in general, or maybe targeting, you know, conducting your search, for example, how long that client has been a client of yours, whether they're a key account or, you know, whether they were an old account that you want to get back. So there's so many different fun things that you brainstorm and get into that search. Look on the left-hand side in that search, and it's already going to spark some ideas on what you can do daily, weekly, monthly, as a team. Yeah,
definitely. And the good news to all of our recruiters, all of these actions are tracked. You've got an SMS log that tracks all of that. Besides the SMS log, for each candidate interaction or each candidate SMS that gets sent or replies that comes back, it automatically tracks back into the candidate's profile. So, and obviously into the log. So you'll always have the history there in terms of things that you have actioned. All right, so if I've done marketing, I actually have the history there already. I've done marketing with the following clients. Okay, if I have done some check-ins with candidates, the same thing applies here. So I couldn't get hold of you, Shirley. I'm quickly popping you an SMS to just check in with you to see how things are going. Maybe she's a candidate that you've already placed on an assignment, or maybe she's a candidate you've permanently placed, but she's in probation, you know, her 3-month guarantee period. And we want to make sure that we have that quick communication methods so that it's easy for them to also that call to action, quickly reply back. I'm very busy actually, but let me quickly reply back and say, hey, all good. Thank you very much for checking in. Cheers. Now, all right. So what I've done is I've actually quickly gone into the candidate hot list, by the way, which is also a free feature for you guys to explore if you haven't had the time to do so yet. Please go into your hot list. This tool is amazing for proactive marketing of your top talent in your database to get them placed. So added on value for candidates to know that you're not just going to put them forward for one position that they've applied for, but you'll continuously market them back out again. And secondly, have a different method of reaching your client or your potential client audience with a call to action again. Okay, so hot list. If you've created your hot list, there's a standalone hyperlink at the top here, all right, that you can now easily copy paste. When you go back into your SMS log, all right, copy paste that hyperlink in and actually target specific groups of clients with specific talent pools. Okay, so obviously IT, speaking to IT. If my hot list were IT related, then I'm going to take that hot list link. I've already created some standard SMSs that would allow for me to work even faster. So in this case, it's going to say, we are very happy to share our top candidates for this week. And the good news, Shirley, is that it personalizes this SMS. Okay. Now, if you're a really clever recruiter, you can work smart instead of hard, and you can do a little bit of extra research and only target very specific people in bulk. So you can go, I've just recently, dear John, Dear John, I've just recently been on your LinkedIn profile and I see that you might be in the market for some really good developers. Please have a look at the link below that I've put together with my top 5 or 8 or 10 developers that you might find some interest in, and I can set up an interview. You obviously do a lot shorter. I have a lot to say though. All right. There's the hyperlink that I've just copy pasted in. And the good news other than that is that I can do targeted marketing in time frames or days or times that I know marketing is best received. Okay, so purely looking at, not that I say that all managers take lunch breaks, but supposedly they do. You can actually set the delivery date and time for lunchtime tomorrow. Okay, and very much specifically target the group of contacts that you've got, either potential or existing. Now, a similar thing would happen obviously with Postbox when you have advertised the position and it's a few weeks later and you wanted to go in and have a look and see if you still have some awesome candidates there. You can do the same, do that search, bring them up, pull them into your SMS block, and then from there you can then say something like, you have applied for a position previously. I wanted to reach out because I've got a very similar position that I think you might still be interested in. Please reply and let me know if you're still available. Okay, that beats having to pick up the phone and phone 50 odd people. So the same thing applies to candidates, Shirls. They can also do searches within their talent pools if they've got a position. Quickly they'll communicate the same way by asking them if they are available. So some tricks here would be to preset your messages. Obviously, I've got this amazing job opportunity. Please let me know if you're available and interested, and so forth and so on. All right. So that is it from my side. Really, definitely an easy way to make contact with clients, a different way of reaching them, candidates as well. But I think most importantly, what our recruiters need to understand is convenience is the name of the game here. Okay, definitely convenient. And who doesn't love a special, Shirley?
No, everybody loves a special. Marketing for half the price. I mean, yeah, definitely the way to go. We're all looking to save some extra cash at this point, and marketing can be expensive. So this is a really cost-effective way to get your messages out there. And as I said, as a marketer myself, I love to drive quick actions. I want to see the results. So it's always been a great tool for us at Placement Partner. We use our system as we encourage our clients to use the system. We manage our clients in our system. We get hold of you via email, SMS, log our discussions with you so we know what's happening. So we found a huge amount of value in obviously the SMSs, which is why we think it's important to encourage you to do the same and get the same results. So just a couple of things that I'd like to say is, number one, LEZANNE spoke about the hot list. If you're not using the hot list and you want to know more, there is a blog that's quite a recent blog on our blog. Go and read it. We do a whole little demo of that. And you can also get in contact with, obviously, LEZANNE or any of the other account managers, Kath or myself, to chat through that. So that's sales@parallel.co.za. If you want to pick up SMSs during the 1st of June and the 31st of June for 20% off, the email is support@parallel.co.za. And then just a couple of tips and tricks. So LEZANNE, you mentioned, have your preset messages if you can. You don't obviously always have to. But there's always someone who's great at wording, or that's specifically what they spend time on analyzing. And,
I don't know which side.
They've tried all the tricks in the trade. They know what is the best words to use. So try and get those in there so that everybody can have a standardized message. That it's professional and that there's a good message going out there that suits your brand. And then you can just be confident that the teams are empowered to do that and do it on the fly. Remember, you have 160 characters. Now, with SMS, as I said, it is about quick call to action. So don't get all wordy. Say what you need it to say. So, for example, I send an SMS now. Hey guys, SMS special. These are the dates from the 1st to the 31st of June, 2021. Get in contact with support@parallel.co.za. Okay, so you know what the special is. You know what to do in order to take advantage of it. Don't leave questions. Okay, clear and concise, plain English. And then I think one important thing, and I know I'm dragging on a little bit, but tell your customer what you want them to do. So whether they're your client or your candidate, tell them. It's a simple thing. Click here, that's the action you want them to take. Apply now, that's the action you want them to take. Call now, buy now, whatever it is.
Reply now. Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, so you've got to actually, suggest the action that you want your client to take in order to get that quick action. So that's something I learned quite early on in the marketing game and sales game, is that you need to actually drive that action. And the way to do that is to tell your customer what to do. Otherwise, they don't know what to do at the time. And get your timing right. So play around there. Don't send SMSs too early in the morning when you know moms and dads are dropping their kids off at school. Try lunchtime or tea time. 11 and 3 o'clock are always great from my experience. But, it might depend on what industry you're tapping into or what type of candidate you're tapping into. So pay attention to that. SMS is one of the best marketing tools. If you go to any sales blog, that's what you are going to find. And you just need to make sure that you are using it correctly. Okay.
Execute it properly, yes. If you plan and execute, it will be successful, absolutely.
Yeah. So I hope everyone found that helpful. Reach out, let us know if there's anything more we can do to help. We're excited to hear about the results that you get. Please let us know how it's going. We'd love to hear how you found SMS within Placement Partner to help you out. And remember, we are your partners in making placements. So you do need to reach out and we're there for you every step of the way.
Absolutely. Yes.
So much, LEZANNE.
Thank you so much, everybody. Yes, thanks, Shirls, and thanks for all of our lovely recruiters for your time. Keep us posted, as Shirley said, and then please keep going back to our blog and find some awesome content that we are putting together for all of you. We know that training is not always an option because we're so fast paced and things are, warming up quite hectically these days. Like it's almost like pre-lockdown, nobody had time to speak to me. And then lockdown came and everybody had time to speak to me. And now we're getting back to nobody has time to speak to me.
On that, guys, if you haven't got that training calendar, the group training calendar saved on your please do just contact us to get to get a copy of that Placement Partner group training calendar. It's also great value. You get to attend training with other recruiters, learn the system, brainstorm some really great ideas, get energized, motivated. It's also at 50% of the cost as usual of usual training. So cheap. But actually I don't want to say cheap, it's value. So yeah, and it's a great way to connect. And we've got free muffins as well. So who can say no to that? So get booked.
And great.
Yeah, and don't worry, we'll be masked and sanitized and social distanced and all of that. But I think everyone agrees we need to really feel the energy of one another now.
Absolutely. Get together face to face. All righty. Have a good afternoon, everybody.
Cheers.
Bye.